will be nice and tight over here, so it's I'll let you maneuver as necessary, and then we'll change it. I think we just need to...
Building a second dwelling can get complicated pretty quickly. Between the noise, builders, and delays, it's stressful. Expanders are delivered as a finished unit, ready to be set up on your land in a single day. Want to check the quality? Come in, have a cuppa, and book a viewing at the warehouse.
The Red Devils would like to thank Expanders, quality portable and expandable buildings designed for New Zealand conditions. Precision built off-site, delivered ready to use, and transforming on-site. Real space without a full build. Tappan Logistics, proud Christchurch partners of the Red Devils. When your freight has to move, the team at Tappan gets it where it needs to be on time. Happy Scrappy, privately owned, family-run, and New Zealand's largest recycler of used automotive batteries. Competitive pricing, friendly service, and a skip and bin service across the Canterbury region. 80 years on Blenheim Road. Beckford Sports Medicine, keeping you active. From backyard cricketers to elite athletes, Beckford specializes in the diagnosis, management, and prevention of sports and musculoskeletal injuries. Performance Plus Physio, a team of professional physios in Addington and Wigram dedicated to excellence in physical therapy. ACC accredited, no GP referral required. Reform Radiology, advanced diagnostic imaging in Central Christchurch. X-ray, MRI, CT, and the South Island's first private nuclear medicine service across 2 clinics on Antigua and Kilmore Streets. Futaporo, awesome accountants where business success meets championship spirit. Since 1993, Futaporo has brought grit, strategy, and teamwork to clients across Aotearoa. Get on the team, play to win. Success meets championship spirit. Since 1993, Futaporo has brought grit, strategy, and teamwork to clients across Aotearoa. Get on the team, play to win.
Nice.
Kia ora koutou. Welcome everybody to the Alpine Ice Sports and Entertainment Center. My name is Matt Chavez. I'm here with Dan Nichols, and we're calling today's action between the Red Devils and the Swarm. Dan, it was an interesting game yesterday, a very fun game. Well, maybe right up until the end, I guess we could say, if we're being hometowners. But for the most part, very entertaining game with the Red Devils playing pretty well, but couldn't get it across the line. Your keys to the game were pretty good, and I think we should kind of recap what you got right, because you got a lot right.
Got a lot right. Yes, it was an entertaining game. Again, scoreboard was tested early with 6 goals in the first period, but credit to the Red Devils coming back in the second period. But yeah, looking at these keys, spread the scoring. Well, unfortunately, they didn't do that with the Red Devils, but they were scoring. So you probably take that. They got 4 goals on the lead, but again, it was all the imports scoring the goals there for the Red Devils. So yeah, at least goals were scored.
Yes.
But not necessarily contributions from the local players there yesterday, but a few good assists. Hayden Ball with a nice pass through the middle
for that third goal. That was awesome.
For Haas, yes. Play a full 60 minutes. Look, they were closer to 60 minutes, but you'd probably say there were minor lapses throughout the game. Again, gave Swarm some very high-quality chances and D-zone coverage, etc.
Yep.
Sticking to the basics, look, I don't think the handling errors and stuff were too critical yesterday. It was more the structure and the decision-making and stuff that led to lapses. And again, we're humans. The players are humans.
Yep.
Mistakes are going to happen. And it's just when those mistakes happen, is it in a high-risk scenario, a low-risk scenario? Are your teammates there to cover and back you up? That's sort of what leads to the chances for the other team. So it's probably more the basics here this time is when mistakes do happen, they're in a low-risk scenario, and if it's a high-risk scenario, you play the safer option.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it.
And survived the second period. Again, doubles in. They actually had a really good second period there yesterday, scoring 2 goals to none. So they're ahead. Now looking at the Swarm here, adapting the smaller one, I think they did well. Again, it looked like they had possession. They were making space of the smaller ice. I think, yeah, there was no issues there. Managed the lines. Yeah, they had a balanced 3 lines. They rolled 3 lines pretty regularly. If you looked at the ice time, their third line has got, it was around 15 to 16 minutes of game time. The Red Devils' third line, for example, was down to 10 to 12 minutes of game time. So the Swarm were rolling the legs. Special teams, they had 2 power play opportunities, but didn't score on that one. So they might be doing a few more whiteboard sessions on that during today, leading up to this game. And goalies, again, they kept a lot of the chances to the outside, and Gibson had a solid name in net there to make some key saves as well. And obviously hold them out to take the win there yesterday. 6-4 was the scoreline, but one of those was an empty netter.
Yes, it was. Dalmato, I think.
Yes.
So, I guess let's take a quick look at the standings here. This is what's changed. Interestingly, the Admirals lost last night to the Thunder, and it looks a little convoluted given that the 9 points for the Thunder are in 4th place, but per game, they're 3-3 as opposed to 3-1, so that's how that's stacked up there. It's early in the season, so we're still trying to get everybody's legs together on it. Where are you? How are you standing on all of this? But there are a few trends coming back here. So anyway, the thing I wanted to talk about, Dan, if I may, I had a couple of agenda points, but for the pregame, for me, I was a little bit focused on Tappan out there yesterday, and they made some strategic changes, putting him more towards the point and keeping him off the top of the umbrella, if you will, that middle section at the blue line, and he functioned a lot better, which will be good to see him mature in that. I think that I gotta say that the biggest thing was the coaching, A+ to the adjustments that they made after the first period, because they gave up 4 goals in the first period to the Swarm. From that moment on, when they stepped on the ice the second, the Swarm didn't score until they got that last breakaway, which made it 5-4. So we kind of talked about playing a full 60. They played 40 really good minutes generally yesterday, but it was that starting, getting behind. But they fought back, which was awesome. Red Devils doing a really good job, but just want to shout out to the coaches for making the adjustments, especially after that first period.
Yeah, that's definitely a positive to take out of that game for the Red Devils there yesterday. They were losing by 2 goals, 4 goals against in that first period. could have been very easy to lose the head, lose the mindset, and you know, have a negative approach to the second and third periods, and the scoreline could have completely kept blowing out there. But no, whatever the coaches said in the changing room there at that first intermission, and the players listened, and actually, more importantly than just listening, actually doing stuff on the ice is quite important as well when you're playing a game of ice hockey. And yeah, look, they delivered a really solid second period there, and yeah, for the most of that third period as well, they were solid with that sort of counter-attack chance there for the Swarm in the third period. And again, the Swarm still had to finish it. They had to make a couple of good passes, and that put them up in the lead with about 5-6 minutes to go.
But in general, I was after that first period, it was pretty good to see the way the Red Devils adjusted, and the defense, you know, where they left some of those gaps in the middle, and just actually I thought that, you know, if there was a theme, it was puck watching. Yeah. You know, everybody was trying to get in the right spot, but then they'd watch the puck go by, and I think they're aware of that now. I think there's you know, you get in the right spots, you get in that first, okay, I've got things figured out, I'm getting, but now you got to make actions happen and play, like you said earlier, making the smart plays at the right time.
Yeah, so I think what the Swarm are really good at is that sustained possession and control in their offensive zone. They can buy time, they go behind the net, they use that area and space well, and by keeping possession and control of it, it makes the defense always having to swivel their head, change their positioning. You know, there's switching of men that they have to mark, and the longer you have that position, the more chance you're going to make the defensive team lose their structure, lose their coverage. And again, that's where we saw a few chances, especially in that first period, where they scored as well. There was one nice pass out from behind the net. The defender left their person in front of the net to go to the puck and elapse the coverage there and scored. So yeah, again, Swarm are really good at that. Devils need to be aware of that this time. And if they do set up in the offensive zone for the Swarm or defensive zone for the Red Devils, they stay composed, stay structured, and take away those high threats. And again, we saw yesterday, well, most of the goals, 5 out of 6, I think, were scored within a couple of meters of that net front.
Yes.
You know, that is the dangerous territory here that they need to be really strong on and stop those chances. Yeah,
in a way, it's kind of a territory game, right? It's where your shots come from are what, you know, if you take a lot of long-range shots and not a lot of traffic in front, you're not going to score goals. You turn around and the opposite, you get traffic, you get shorter shots, closer shots, better chances with wristers instead of long, just slap shots from a distance. You end up with a much better likelihood of putting it in the net. And when you talk about what we're trying to do here, it is put the puck in the net. We can talk all sorts of X's and O's and where people should be, but in the end, the teams are judged by how many times they get it behind a goalie.
Yeah, indeed. So the team's getting ready now. There's one main change for the Red Devils here today. Mason Reese is sitting out today with a suspected head knock there, so precautionary sitting him out today for that one. And in steps Harry Lowe back into the lineup there. And both goalies, there's different starting goalies here today as well, Matt. So Dan Reason for the Red Devils is starting his second game of the season. And for the Botany Swarm, we got Connor Parr in net again for the second game of the season as well.
As expected, we talked about this yesterday, and this is going to be, you know, Fanning played really well yesterday. Again, we were talking about positioning and everything. Reason's going to do it. He's going to do a fine job back there, but again, you'd have to make sure that he's not left out to dry.
Yeah, indeed.
Enough of opinions here. Let's get to the actual facts. It's Gagnon taking the face-off. Here we go, first period action at the Alpine Ice. Swarm win that one. Hoofnagel throwing it forward, and now the Red Devils go forward. Haast getting the puck, and the Red Devils have stacked the first line. Yep. It will be the imports on the forwards there with Tappan and Brown, trying to get some pressure immediately against the Swarm. That goes into the corner. Morrissey digging it out. Haast with it. Haast pass to Gagnon, goes out of the zone, but he's going to turn that around. Swarm go for an early change to start with. That was interesting. I want to say Atwell got on the ice and got off the ice pretty quickly there. Hoofnagel throwing it in the opposite corner. Lowe getting it a little bit forward. Now Kozak with it. Andre Kozak up the right side, trying to pass it into the crease. Gets to Reason just as far as his glove. It's slapped out to Steitley. Long pass to the other side. Good positional save there by Reason. And it's moved out by Willis. Now Turia with it. Turia bringing it in the zone, flips in. They go deep and go for the chase. Bull gets in front of Steitley, so they have to move it backwards first, but now the Swarm move out. Kozak with it, center ice. Gains the zone, leaves it behind, taken away. Steitley with it, has a chance. High shot, just off target. Reason had that one covered. And the Swarm set up their offense. That's deflected away for a moment, but Pick can't get it out of the zone. And now that's gonna flip. And once again, Steitley coming off for Wimmer, some line changing while on offense. Just a bit unusual for the Swarm trying to sort things out here. Wimmer with it. And now the Red Devils throw it deep. Kyle March back for the Swarm, sending it around, but it'll be Higgins to pick it off. Can't get it away from Hopkinson. Sent back to March. Wimmer has it now by the Zamboni door. Stays in, tapping with a low pass into the corner. Higgins keeps it in the zone, whips it back, but it goes as far as Kyle March. He throws it in, and that goes to Tappan, and we reset. Brown moving it forward. Red Devils lose it at neutral. Johnson and March decide who gets the puck. It's going to be Johnson. Swarm send it in. That was on target. Kind of just paddled aside to the corner. Steen throws it around, and the Red Devils break out. Morrissey with it up to Haast. He's got a chance here. Haast holds up, passes, and Gagnon skates there for a moment, and Morrissey can't get a hold of it. Now he drops the puck, sends it around the boards, doesn't go all the way through, and now Brown sets it down as the top line goes back out there. And they're going to get lots of ice time today. Move behind, Haast with a shot. Good blocker save there by Parr. Knocked into the corner, not held. And the Red Devils continue to cycle it. Gagnon up the middle, takes the shot. Good block again. Looked like it was glove and knocked aside. Haast. Brown comes off, out to Gagnon. Tappan with a shot, comes right back to him. Now he passes it. Haast, shot, deflected, goes behind. Morrissey out to Willis. Willis, long pass into the corner, hits the board at the red line, or at the goal line. And then Haast sends it to Gagnon. Walked in, Morrissey, shot high, hits the glass, stays in. Willis sends it low, and that one's gonna get out with Hoofnagel and a line change after some offense.
Good pressure from the top line there, and that will be good as well, icing against the Swarm.
Yeah, that's going to be critical because some of the changes that they did not get off in time, and they'll have to come back out on the ice.
So good bit of sustained pressure there from the Red Devils, and yeah, a few line changes obviously with Mason Reese out, so it looks like Paik has stepped up to the second line with Bull and Turia, enabling Haast to go up to that top line.
And they'll take that face off. It's Bull on the near side. He's against Atwell. And Atwell wins this one. Simon sending it around. Yesterday's game absolutely thrashed on the face-offs. The Red Devils did a great job. That time it was Atwell winning that one. I'm going to turn that around low, sending it all the way in. Simon getting a little piece of him. And now they're trying to throw him through the door. Little extras. All the while a shot and glove save. Turia almost gets one while the Swarm were busy trying to play doors and slamming things.
A bit of sportsmanship maybe happening down
I think so.
In front of the benches there, but nevertheless, Parr with the save to reset us here. It looks like third line coming out for the Red Devils.
Henard to take this one. That one's dropped. Higgins gets to it first. Sent back. Low with the chase. Stays in. And now Higgins backs off as the Swarm look to get going. They pass that through the blue line, but it's going to get turned around. And Hopkins holds up, looking for the long pass, goes to the blue line, goes all the way to Harry Lowe. But he can't keep that on his stick, and it's Thuler there. In front, Henari with a shot or a chance and didn't get the puck to his stick. and that's going to go off sides as Lopsa jumps in front of Kozak, and we'll get a face-off.
Yeah, good recognition there by Hans, actually. He was playing D there, hopefully recognised that they had a swarm top line against him and decided to not do the 50-50 pinch in on the puck there and backed up and, yeah, managed to get them offside at the other end.
We talked about that just a minute ago as far as your keys and making the smart choices. That's one in the win column for the Red Devils there. Tappan's going to get to that. Now Haast has it over to Brown. Kyle March pinches it in, and they have to go back and pick it again. Johnson with a quick pass, and Steen with a chance, and now another little wrister. Reason putting a glove on it and just calming the chaos.
Getting close to that really threatening area there. Swarm trying to make the most of that. Getting pucked behind the goal line, looking for the player driving the net. And maybe a half chance there for them.
Hawkinson loses that face-off, Tappan collects, goes past Brown. He's got to get around the referee, goes up to Morrissey. Morrissey's got to chase it down. He moves through. Goes behind the net. Wimmer gets there, and now Haast collects it in the corner, and they set up the offense. Gagnon looking to get in front. Big pass, shot, and another one for Tappan. That one was knocked aside. Par on his game today so far.
Yeah, hit Wimmer's glove there. I think he's shaking his hand a bit.
Yeah, he's not happy about that now that you've mentioned that. Tappan sending it back to Paik as they make a couple of changes. That's given up. Krushrik shot, and that's knocked aside. Tappan with it. Now Brown's got to chase that down, but it's going to be Simon getting there first. And the Swarm survived that other offensive time period for the Red Devils. And now Gagnon with it. He skates back, cross ice. Pass held by Tappan. He's going to go in. That's going to allow for some changes, and the second line takes effect. Quickly turned back. And that was Kushrik. And now Willis sending it to the other side. Fontaine out, takes a hit there. His shoulder, he is not in a good way. That got him good. And he's going to go off the ice. We'll have to keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, a couple of bumps there for the Swarm to keep, see how they come back out.
Yeah, they'll have some ice bags made up and ready for them so far. Boole has it. He's going to flip it in. It's on target. Parr knocking it away, obviously, but they have to play it. Now Willis at the point, holds it in, sends it behind. Thurler there first. And now the pinch Turia trying to pull it off of him here. They fight for it. Boole behind. Kicks out. Paik's there. Willis with a shot. And glove save by Parr.
And for those keen eyes looking at the defensive pairings for the Red Devils, we'll notice some changes here today as well. We've got the Sean Brown back with Luke Tappan combination we saw down in Queenstown, which then puts Josh Lowe with Logan Willis out there, and Hans and Hopkins, the two general managers, joining up for the other D pairing.
The administrative line. I like it. Higgins trying to get the puck away. Instead, it goes to the Swarm. They look to break out. Goes to Sightley. Former Thunder player coming in and throwing it in the corner. Gets a favorable bounce. Lopsa with it. Kozak. Red Devils just packing into the house here, just making sure that there are no crease passes again. Probably a point of emphasis, and that goes to Higgins. He's going to flip it out. It goes out of the zone. And some good work by Harry Lowe. Higgins with a shot, and they called that one off sides. It was a close one, but I think Higgins had drifted in just a little bit before he took the shot.
Harry Lowe just struggling to get his stick on it in time and had to take a few goes at it. Higgins drifting over the blue line.
Yeah, it's hard to anticipate because you think he's got it, oh wait, I'm a little too far.
Yeah.
Gagnon to take this one as they go back out. They're gonna call a warning. I don't know who it's on. Morrissey on that?
We'll just say it's on the Red Devils.
Yeah. I don't know what they were. It's a little chatty over there, so interesting.
Both teams now with the warning.
And there we go. Get the face-off to actually happen there. And now Morrissey kicks it forward. March takes it away, and they fight for it at neutral. And it's the Red Devils that collect possession. Hopkins with a pass intercepted. Steen there, but Hopkins goes and gets it back himself. Gagnon with a long shot from a tough angle. Goes as far as Haas. Good job holding that in for a moment. And it just does come out. But the Red Devils prevented a 2-on-1 there. Gagnon looking for the cross ice pass. He does just that. Shot off par.
Rebound was there for a second.
It was.
Good job by Swarm to clear that away.
Hance's shot was a good one, but the rebound was a juicy one, and now they come right back in. Haas skating around, carries 3 men with him. That goes behind the net. They have to pick it off. They do just that. And now back at the point, passing across to Brown. Brown walks in, takes a shot. High blocker save. Rebound. They slam at it. It goes behind par, but doesn't go in the net. And now this is sustained pressure from the Red Devils.
The import line here.
Goes into the corner. Huffnagel getting it out of the zone, and just the Red Devils have to reset. Tapping, getting it to Gagnon, and he's waiting. We'll see if they go for a change. They do. Tappin's going to throw it deep. And go back to the second line. Turia chasing that one down. Huffnagel looking for an outlet. They get it in the zone. Pake's going to chase that down. He's got to get his skates going a little bit now. Tappin moving the puck out. Gets to Bull. Bull with the backhand in on Par. Par decides to slam the door and get a face-off.
Yeah, good bit of period play there from the Red Devils in their top line, creating some chances. A shot from Sean Brown. I think Par got it high up in the blocker, and it just popped up, and I think Par lost it for a second there, and Gagnon almost managed to stuff it in short side, but nevertheless, the scoreboard stays 0-0.
For 10 minutes, no less. This is a bit of a surprise. It's more of a tight lockdown game like they played in the third. They come out today with some serious defensive adjustments for both sides. Swarm with it tightly, trying to get it out. They get it to neutral at least, but McDonald pays the price. Do they go for icing? No, it's not. He was just over the red line. And now Thieler chops at it, wins it, walks in, goes past the circle for just a moment, but gets it swept away from him by Bull. Good defensive play there, and now Willis sending it around the boards. Will it stay in? It won't. Steitley's got it, goes backwards. And that gets sent around. Thieler watches it go behind the net, and the Swarm get a few new players out on the ice. Willis passing it forward. Higgins with the outlet, gets stolen immediately. Wimmer comes right back in, shot, goes off the shoulders and into the netting, and a face-off. That is that's what I think, Dan, when we're talking about making mistakes that are a bit dangerous.
Just breakout passes are one high-risk area if you're trying to pass through the middle and teams pick it off that can quickly go back against you.
A face-off won by the Swarm, but the puck comes to low for just a moment. March has to reset. Gets thrown in. Does it come back out? Lopson's got it, no. And Kozak into the corner, sends it back. Lopsa looking to get the backhand out. Instead, he goes to the point. Wimmer with a shot, whiffs on it. Just heals that shot. Now it's 2-on-3. Lowe bringing it in. Oh, no, there's going to be a penalty here. High stick is the call.
Yeah.
And did you get a number on that one, Dan?
Looks like they're escorting Dalmatel to the box.
Was indeed. Chris, I think that pays you off. You had first penalty on Dalmatel, so well done to you. Yeah, we won't talk about who I picked.
Another chance here for the Red Devils, and I think they're just having a wee look to see if there's any red liquid coming out of the Hanare. I think it was on the receiving end of that high stick.
Yep. It looks like it's going to be 4.
And might be adding 2 more minutes to the penalty there. So back-to-back, 4-minute power play here for the Red Devils. And yesterday they had 1 goal scored on 3 opportunities, I guess.
Yeah, 1 for 3, I think it was. Yeah. Tauranga Hanare took one in the lip there on that high stick. And yes, the 4 minutes was deserved.
We'll see how they go here. Again, top liners out for the Red Devils. They play, there were 6 players that played the majority of the power play time for the Red Devils yesterday.
And interestingly, you have Haast over on that wing, or like in the sort of defensive wing spot.
Yeah, well, they're
so
running
4 forwards.
4 forwards, 1D combination here. So I expect we'll see Gagnon out on the left side eventually.
And it goes right to Haast immediately. Doesn't go to tap in as they extend the box and they start to move this around. Now it does, and they leave Tappan up high. This is he's going to rotate, and now we see if they're going to. Oh, post! Gagnon almost gets that one in that quickly. They're trying to upset the box. It goes out to Morrissey, trying to go across the ice a couple of times here, and now Gagnon in the corner. They're asking for it. Tappan moving it across. Haast resets. They cycle. They get the teams, they get the swarm moving around in that zone. Does it stay in? It does.
Fontaine was almost away there.
And Tappan having to play that one. He sends it around and deep. Bull with it to Tappan. Walks it forward. Looking. Goes behind Morrissey, gives it up. Then we're a minute into this power play. Haast at the blue line. Shot, no, it was a pass across the crease. Looking for Tappan, but it was knocked away. And that is a really good work. What was it, Simon just facing him up?
Yeah, some people might have called that slow power play. I feel it was that's one way of describing it, but composed was probably another one.
Well, and they were trying to get everybody out of position. Now they come in with some speed on this. Gagnon keeping it in the zone, circles through, trying to get it to Turia in the crease, but his stick was lifted at the most opportune time if you're a Swarm fan. Yep. And we are about to enter the second half of this penalty.
Yeah, we're just seeing now some of the changes for the Red Devils. So start of their second power play unit coming out now.
And that's Brown with it for a moment, but it is sent away. I think that was Hopkinson getting the relief for the Swarm.
So that's the first 2 minutes gone. We're into the second 2 minutes of the 4-minute minor now.
Regardless of if they score, they have spent a lot of energy on this power play. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes immediately after, but in the meantime, they need to get one on the board. Swarm sending it the length of the ice. Reason has to play it, and now Paik with the puck.
Yeah, very good from the Swarm so far on the PK, making the chance to get rid of it when they can and staying composed, getting sticks in lane, and here's the chance.
And McDonald has it, takes the shot, and score! Short-handed by McDonald. And that really sums up how that power play was going. It just wasn't getting anywhere, and then as they tried to exit, they turn it around and get scored on.
Yeah, again, one of those ones where you're on the power play breakout, you're the last man back, and again, credit to McDonald applying pressure on that on the forecheck.
And the power kill goes up to 2.
Yeah, goes up to 2. The empty needed one yesterday was a bit harsh, Matt. But
it was. And now Tappan has it. It is a minute 12 to go on this power play. Fontaine on the forecheck, pass forward to Haast. Haast breaking over the blue line, looking to skate. He's skating awfully fast. He gets tripped up there, and that is going to be the call. Yeah, I didn't see the other arm. I was like, who was that? Nope, that cuff went up.
Indeed, so what are we going to have? About a minute of
5 on 3, yeah.
5 on 3 time here, so Red Devils' top power play liners out there. They might have got a nice 20-30 second rest just before and be ready to go for another 2 minutes.
Simon, March, and Fontaine are your 3 Swarm players here. And this will be a very important minute for the Swarm to keep this one a shutout. In front, chance, Gagnon. And that comes out quickly. A good chance as they moved across the ice. One-timer, but Parr was up to it.
Yeah, nice feed by Morrissey there.
Tappan leaves it behind. Gagnon gains the zone. Over to Morrissey. The triangle plays too high. Gagnon gets behind it. Glove save, and that's a beauty.
That's 2 from Parr now in the last 10 seconds, making some great saves there. Yeah, Gagnon, again, 5 on 3. You're going to make space and time, especially with they approached the zone entry with some speed, then made the drop pass, which backs off the Swarm defenders, giving them some space into the zone, and then, yeah, good chance from Gagnon, but Parr was there.
And interestingly, Morrissey taking that face off. And that one stays in just. I don't know how that stayed in. It looked like it went against the netting, but it rolled and stayed in the rink. No delay, no problems. Haast with the puck. Gagnon holds, leaves it behind. Haast to Gagnon, and it just skips over his tape there, and that is going to end one of the, well, that's the high-sticking double minor. Back to 5 on 4. Tappan brings it into Morrissey. Tappan sends it across the way. Haast with it, back to Tappan, moves to the corner. Haast getting their spacing right. Moves around, takes the shot that's off the stick. Haast continues, goes behind to Tappan.
Good stick from Dalmatel there.
Right behind the net, Morrissey sets up shop. Haast.
It's the skater lapser there to the corner.
Yeah, and then goes out to the point. Goes a little deeper.
20 seconds to go.
Out front. Gagnon has it. Low pass, pass again, shot, and that one just goes to the side, high off the glass. That one stays in play. 6 seconds to go on the advantage. That's turned over, and now it'll be Higgins, and we're back to 5 on 5 hockey.
Good composure there from the Swarm to kill off those penalties.
And to make it a plus for them.
Power kill.
Power kill indeed. Keeler with it to McDonald, the goal scorer. To Fontaine. Willis gets there first. And now Lowe skates through and gains the zone, but gets it taken away. Atwell with the pick. Wimmer. Wimmer goes, holds up. Lowe cuts him off with a hip check. Low shot. Kind of a riser against Reason. He knocks it away quickly, and we continue. March with it. Hits Willis on the entry pass. Low in the corner there. Johnson in front. Reason with a stop, and he gets the whistle.
There you go, Swarm kill off 6 minutes of penalties. Wasn't a full 6 minutes of power play time because there was a bit of overlapping, but straight onto the attack. Again, close angle chance there. Reason sandwiches it somewhere around his body and gets the stoppage.
And while we're thinking about it, if you're watching the YouTube stream, make sure you kick that thumbs up button. Just it helps us with getting things out to the public, which is always good. March with it on the point, sending it low, sending it around, and it's Dalmatel picking it off. Wimmer sends it back into the corner. Hard bounce, March with a shot. Seeing eye shot, Reason knocking it aside. And now the Red Devils have a chance here. If they move quickly, it's a 4-on-2. But they, not sure what that was, offsides?
Offside, might have hit the player bench because it was bubbling around.
Okay, there you go.
Came through, but we've just got over 2 minutes to go here. It's going inside the zone, so attacking chance here. And then we see Coach Perver putting out of the top line of the imports to see if they can generate something. I think they're up against the top line of the Swarm here as well.
I'm going to have to assume it went off the Swarm into the bench because they got the offensive zone face here, and it'll be Morrissey again to take this.
I think he's on his backhand here, and Gagnon's on his backhand on the other side.
And it goes behind him, and the Swarm have it. Lapsa, and there's a penalty coming up. Not sure. They think it's going to be against Brown. I'm not exactly sure if they called that a high stick.
Hooking.
Hooking. There it is. Okay.
Got enough there to get him. So again, Swarm momentum swinging their way on in terms of the penalty front. And Sean Brown will go sit down for almost the rest of this period. Just 2 minutes and 4 seconds to play.
And some really good skating by Lapsa there to get that hooking call. Because where I was at, just above, you see where it's at, but you kind of, it was a good veteran play by Brown to kind of get the stick behind. You don't really see it. Good call by the referees, but good skating to show off what was going on. Tap into Gagnon, flips it. more of a driving iron than a wedge. Parr knocking it away, and they continue play on this one. They bring it onside. No, not quite. D'Amato had, it looked close, and he did, in fact, float over the blue line. We'll get a face-off outside the zone.
I think Lapsa maybe was trying to make sure he stayed on because he thought Kozak was going off, and then D'Amato wasn't on the same page as them, and he ended up with the offside whistle going.
So it'll be Fontaine, D'Amato, and Kozak up front for the Swarm. Good to see Fontaine didn't stay on the bench for too long after that shoulder shot. He's got a history of that. Simon to Fontaine, shot knocked away, and that'll clear the zone. Red Devils with a good one shot and get rid of it kind of play.
Again, Swarm running a similar four forwards, 1D combination.
Wondering about this one. This is a neck guard check.
Yeah, it is. Equipment calls. So I think it was tucked down under the plain shirt there, and we'll continue on.
And that's going to move it all the way back. I think it was a Kozak check there. Andre getting the inspection. And a few other checks here just to make sure everybody's good. Lowe winning that face-off.
Just tries to kill some time.
Speaking of, it's a minute 7 to go on the power play here, and pretty much the same for the period. Just an extra 4 seconds on it. Simon's going to take it, go into the zone. Looks for the pass across the crease. Kind of just sits there in front, but nobody can really do anything with it. And that's a deflection, so that'll be a face-off in the zone coming up with just under a minute, 51 seconds to go. So
yeah, Swarm rolling onto their second power play unit now. Give them
McDonald, Johnson, Atwell. Yeah.
Potentially 50 seconds there. Again, you really wanted to win the face-off, set up control.
And that's why they put Atwell there. He wasn't ready for that. He's looking around.
In pursuit.
I think he's looking around like, hey, you know, we're the road team. I get to put my stick down first. They did just drop that one, but I think that had to do more with time.
Well, let's not get into face-off timing procedures like we had last year, Matt.
I know, right? That was a mess. Atwell plays it, gets deflected up. Wimmer, back to Atwell in the corner, looking to get rid of it. Stick lift for a moment. Now goes out to Marcus McDonald. He's going to walk it in, take the shot. Reason knocking it away. Had a good clear zone or alleyway there to shoot. He does again, although this time 2 players close him down. And now the Red Devils are going to bring it out. Gagnon on a 1-on-2. He's going to kill a lot of time here. Penalties up right now. Couple of seconds to get a shot off if Morrissey can do it. He rips one, glove save, and that'll be the period.
And that probably will call it there. So Red Devils survived that penalty kill.
No power kill on that one, that's good.
No power kill on it, but yeah, Botany Swarm striking first in that period. McDonald turnover and skate in all alone and picks a spot to put the Botany Swarm up 1-0.
So do we have an interviewee coming up here? That's a good question.
Well, I believe we do, but we'll just see if they start to make their way to that way. So we'll just have to pad some time here for a second here, Matt. But again, compared to yesterday's first period, a lot more controlled and composed. Again, a mistake did happen there from the Red Devils, and the Swarm capitalised on it, but there was probably chances being generated by both sides throughout that first period. And yeah, obviously scorekeepers were not tested as much this time.
And
yep, we're getting Sean Brown lined up here for us. So.
All right. We'll see what we can do. Let the Zamboni go by. Hey, there he is.
There you go. Just pull your mic down a little bit there, Sean, and we'll...
Cheers, Sam. Hey, there you are.
There you go, thanks.
Professional. There you go.
That's what we're trying to be.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Game 2 here of the weekend. What were the messages going into it?
Just settle down what we've got going on in our house, so like in front of our net, and we'll try and have a better game. I think that first period was obviously some unfortunate bounces, but I think we've tidied up what we talked about after yesterday's game, and yeah, hopefully we can turn it around in the next period.
And you got a couple of chances on the power play there.
Yeah.
How did you think that was going for your team?
Yeah, I know it's something we've relied on a little bit, so I wouldn't mind if we spread it out so we could get our chances when it's not just an advantage. But I am happy with the boys, and yeah, our first unit's looking fantastic.
Nice, and again, team came away with a strong penalty kill there at the end of that period. How does that feed for you guys going into the second?
Yeah, obviously my fault there with a bit of a hook there, but no, shout out to the penalty killers on that one.
Well, thanks for joining us, Sean. Good luck for the second period.
Anytime.
All right, well, thanks, Sean.
team.
See you.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's 1-0 to the Botany Swarm here at the end of the first period, and we'll be back after the break.
See you then. Well, that was a nice goal. It's the Super League. They're back. Who do we have today? We've got, who is it? Flash. It's the Flash playing the Spiders. Apologies for the slight, what do you call it, color clash on this one. But the lightly blue ones there are the Spiders, if you can't see it. And the red and yellow are the Flash. As they skate around, number 12 taking a shot. But 23 with a good stick lift there. The under 12s are always fun to see, and it's always a good time. And today we have players from the Canterbury Ice Hockey Association under 12 Super League competing during this intermission with the Spiders and the Flash. If you have a child that might be interested in giving ice hockey a go, the Canterbury Ice Hockey Association has a Learn to Play program that offers a free trial session with all gear included. To learn more, just Google Canterbury Ice Hockey Association or visit the website, which is ciha.org.nz, to arrange a free session. We'll watch these guys for a little while. And about a minute left on the official clock. So we'll be back with you in about 2 minutes to bring you second period action. See you soon. Kia ora koutou. Welcome back to the Alpine Ice Sports and Entertainment Center. My name is Matt Chavez, here with Dan Nichols. And Dan, that was an interesting first period, unless you like goals.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, a bit different to yesterday. Only one goal scored there by Marcus McDonald for the Botany Swarm, but again, both teams creating some good chances. Again, we saw a few power play chances. Again, Red Devils gone, almost 6 minutes worth of power play there, but failing to capitalise. Swarm doing a really good job, keeping them to the outside of the offensive zone. And while Red Devils had possession and they were trying to create passes, create some shooting lanes, passing lanes, and they got a couple of good chances, but Pa was there to stop the puck when it mattered. And then Swarm getting the last couple of minutes there of the period on the power play. but the Red Devils doing well to shut that down as well.
Yeah, they shut that down, and in case you're just joining us, the goal actually came on the Red Devils power play, which was kind of, it's unintuitive, but in that case, it was a puck given up and a chance for McDonald to just run down the ice and have a free run at Reason. What is going on over there? He's just trying to get the goal down. Okay.
Getting the net sorted.
Getting that all figured out.
So yeah, again, those ones when you're on the power play and you have that attacking mindset, you want to be scoring goals, but you equally can't be giving up chances for the other team to just skate free. Well, again, it was good pressure by McDonald to turn it over. It wasn't a completely unforced error. He put some pressure on, but again, rather than playing either safe, conservative, and maybe, I dare say, throwing it away or throwing it to safety when you're controlling that puck as the last man, McDonald did well to turn the puck over, and then,
It's a balance, right? You can play so far overloaded on the offense that you end up giving up more goals than you actually score by trying really hard. So it's always finding that balance. And what I've seen is it's different for every team, even year to year, even it's sort of the same players, more or less. There's still a balance that has to be found, that has to be felt through for that team so that they don't give up those shorthanded situations. And yeah, we had one here, but in general, I think I'd give a lot of credit to Connor Parr because he faced a lot of shots there, and 15, I believe, or sorry, 12. But they were, you talked about this earlier, finding higher quality chances, and I think the Red Devils did actually find some better chances and better positions on the ice to shoot from comparatively to yesterday, but it just hasn't gone in yet.
Indeed. We're just waiting a couple of moments here for the ice to fully freeze after that Zamboni went round. But yeah, well, also we've seen a wee change here today. The top line for the Red Devils has the 3 import players on it, and yes, they have had some time, some pressure, some chances. They've failed yet to put one on the board. So we'll see how long Coach Perver continues to run with that, or whether he'll go for a bit more of a balanced approach and have multiple threats across multiple lines. As we are now set for the second period.
The Ice Roomba's work is done, and now it's time for second period action. It's Gagnon and Atwell. And Atwell wins that faceoff, and it's the Swarm getting the first possession. They leave that behind. And it's Brown moving it out. Passed forward. Swarm getting a hold of it. Atwell's got it for a moment. Now turned around. Morrissey with it. Morrissey passing it forward to Gagnon. He was a little bit in the wrong spot there. That one's going to go all the way to center. Tappan's going to collect and distribute. Hosk being annoyed by Atwell for a moment. Now Gagnon on that left side. Backhanded pass that goes off the board. And Morrissey walking in, 3 players on him. They do take it away. And now Tappan back on the defense. Hosk looking for the check here. Fontaine comes in. Everybody had to hold up for the Swarm as it took him a little while to get in, and that's going to let the Red Devils get out of the zone. They do exactly that. Hosk leaves it behind. Tappan with it now, and he gets pilfered. Brown's got to chase this one. Dalmato again. Shot and a goal! Once again, giving it up right on that blue line in the middle of the ice. Makes them pay. 2-0 the score. Swarm up.
Yeah, well done by Ivan Dalmatel there to get that neutral zone turnover. All the Red Devils players were heading north, and those quick turnovers in the neutral zone, he accelerates out past Brown and picks the top blocker side corner there. Nice finish. Dalmatel.
It's the same thing as you cannot give up the puck with a with just a. It's kind of like a free run at the goal with a good angle there, and that's. Reason can't be held accountable to stop all of those types of shots when it's that high quality.
First goal today for Dalmatel, but third of the weekend.
And he wins that face-off. Lapsa tapping it in. It goes behind a Reason. He paddles it for a moment over to Willis. It's going to come back through. Lapsa gets it out to the point, and a stop in play.
Reason bumped the net there as he went post to post.
There you go. So that face-off will be deep in the zone. No changes for the Red Devils. No changes for the Swarm either. Kozak, Dalmato, Thieler, Lapsa, and it's Lapsa with the pressure there against Lowe. But Lowe ends up with it. They fight for it on that half board. And it's tipped away. Turia getting it out, and now Pake's gonna chase this down. He's not gonna get to the puck in time. Now, it's back in front. It's Turia for a moment. And the Swarm get it out of the zone. Good play there by Steitley. Tall individual working that puck with a very adept at moving that puck around. Let's say it that way.
Yes, indeed.
Dexterity, I think, is what I was looking
offside there. Almost a little bit dangerous there. Pake doing some good forechecking there as Thula was picking up the puck, and Thula tried to turn up to come out in front of his goalie and sort of ran into the net and took a little bit of power as well at the same time, but Red Devils couldn't really get the puck out into a threatening chance, so get away with that one.
Fontaine and Lowe being pushed all the way to the boards there for that face-off. Tappan gets it on the win by Hinari. Shot and a glove save by Parr.
The younger Fontaine, that one, Lucas.
Oh, was that Lucas? It was.
Lucas Fontaine. Didn't get too many shifts yesterday, but I've seen him out there a couple of times already tonight.
You know, I saw the 9 on the shoulder, or on the arm, but the 8 was covered up, and that's how you spot him there. He's 89. A high shot that gets bounced around. Lowe collects it, goes behind the net, harassed by Wimmer, but turns quickly on him. Now he gets doubled off that puck. And it's the Swarm getting it out for a moment. Good hit there by Krushner. And then that gets passed forward and given up. Is it going to go for icing? I don't think so, as one of the players held up on it. And that goes out to the Swarm as they get reset. March giving that one up to Simon. Simon hitting the brakes, moving around. Bit of a slash by Lowe there. Flipped in. Reason escorts it to the corner. And Ari watching that go over the sticks. And Simon resetting.
Oh, good step up there by
Oh,
Tappan.
that's, yeah. Did we see an arm on that? We don't. That must have been incidental in that case. It comes across to Steen. Hopkinson with a shot. That puck goes out into the crease, but it comes right back out. Gagnon with a chase at it, chops, and they get a stop with Parr. And it was Hoofnagel that took that stick, it looked like.
Yeah. It's not usually part of Lou Tappan's playbook there to step up and try to play the body. So I thought you were commenting about that being accidental, him stepping up, but
yeah, didn't catch that one in the. I was actually watching the to see if there had been a penalty there. So good catch by yourself there, Dan. That's why we have 2 sets of eyes out here. I can't see everything, right? Haast in front, and that's going to get to a breakaway. Johnson gets that. Just didn't get the right pass to him in that case, but he was away. And now he's got the puck again. He's going to pass it forward. It's going to be Hans picking it off. Sends it out. Gagnon. Tip to knock. Hopkinson, Theuler. And we will recite all the names as the puck just goes back and forth pinballing in neutral. It comes around. And here come the Red Devils. Gagnon with a pass to the blue line, but overskated. Haast has to wait for it. Morrissey's got it, and now they can enter the zone, but it's Atwell picking it up right away. Haast gets it back, left behind for Gagnon. Goes into the corner. Skates just a little pass, gives it to Morrissey. Hopkins jumps in on that one. And that's, well, it's passed away, and Gagnon's gonna have to play it in neutral. He turns. Looks up as he takes it in himself this time. Skates it behind the net. Held up. Still has the puck. Good possession here. And now it's Lowe getting it after its stick tap. Big rebound. Gagnon has it at the skates. Takes the shot. Glove save. And looks like we just get a stop in play there. Good save by Parr.
Yeah, Gagnon holding the puck there, a lot of time and pressure, but again, Swarm just keeping him to the outside. He didn't really create a lot of threats there. That last shot was a tight angle shot. Parr was there in position to make that save, but again, you got to have the possession to create chances. So that was positive for the Devils, but again, not a high quality chance.
No, I think that was really looking for a rebound because Morrissey was in a good position, but it was only going to be a rebound that could get to him. Turia trying to slap at it. They dig it out on the boards, and it is the Swarm moving it out. Marcus McDonald up the left side, skating hard, leaves it behind for Fontaine as he circles, goes behind Reason, still has it. Sent back around, and it'll be Fontaine catching it. And turned over to the Red Devils as that moved into the middle. Turia up the right side, gets that taken right off of his stick blade. And now Paik with it. Paik not doing anything with the puck. They move through, takes the shot. Reason with a good save there.
Yeah, you're right, miscommunication between Paik and Lowe there, giving McDonald another chance.
And Lowe leaves it behind. Paik not in the spot where he was supposed to be there, and that's gonna turn around 3-on-2. Swarm with it, pass in front, and they just cannot connect. And they had another good high quality chance. Lapsa just couldn't pull the trigger at the right time. And that sustained pressure by the Swarms, the first for a while there. And that communication needs to get cleaned up between Paik and Lowe.
Also the long change there, catching them out as well, giving them the Swarm the chance for the odd man rush.
Lowe has it. Pinned into the corner, the Swarm take it away. Kozak trying to get it out. Goes out, and a good block there by Higgins, getting in the shooting lane. Fans getting into it. Kozak taking it around the net. Past Higgins, out to the point. Simon with a shot, and another one. Higgins is paying the price today, and he's just trying to get off the ice at this point. That's gonna sting for a little while. Swarm passing it forward, two-line pass. They let it go. Lapsa touched it, so no icing here. It comes off the Zamboni board. Goes only as far as Dalmato. Goes behind the net. Now the Red Devils have it. Tappan flipping it forward. Goes out to neutral. Morrissey takes it in and then gives it up. Dalmato has to come to the other side. Lowe with a good play to not quite hold, but not quite let his player go. And that was enough. Didn't draw a call. And that goes in front of Reason. He kicks the puck away just in time. That puck goes high into the air. Is it icing? It is not. Or sorry, offsides, and it's not. Stays in the zone. And they move that across to Tappan. And now Gagnon has it 2-on-3, or 1-on-3. Takes a shot, that's blocked. Haas comes back out. Goes as far as Tappan at the point. Reverses. Haas knows where to be. He picks up the puck. And now it's knocked off of him. He's gonna have to collect Johnson on the forecheck. He's outskated. And Haas comes in the right side. Stick move, and then Thieler's knocked down, and that is going to be a penalty against Haas.
Yep.
6-on-5 at the moment for the Swarm.
No, too early change there. The goalie coming off. The player stepped out too early, so the referee blows that short chance for them to have a 6-on-5 down.
I think, is that Haas' first penalty of the season?
No, he's been a naughty boy before.
Okay, well, there you go. So another power play for the Swarm here as they have a 2-goal lead. The second period's been pretty defensively tight so far.
So far indeed, yeah, again, some chances creating, but again, we're just over 8 minutes into it, and it was, Dalmatel scoring for the Swarm so far, and he'll be lining up here on the power play unit.
That more dangerous group out there for a little while. They drop the puck. Simon with it at the point on our side. Leaves it for Lapsa. Across the ice, and Fontaine cannot hold it at the blue line. They'll have to reset Simon with the puck. Harassed by Morrissey. That's a good forecheck there. He's got to get his stick. And Lowe coming out. Simon with the setup. Back to Fontaine. Jackson Fontaine this time. Kozak. Simon keeps it. Zone's a little bit stretched here for the Red Devils. They're playing it a little high, getting some of that pressure out to the boards. They reverse the ice. Lowe gets in front of it for a moment. Now Kozak. Another stick on the ice.
Hayden Bull's broken his, it looks like.
Oh, it's not broken.
He's picked it up.
Shot. Reason with a good save there, and it just goes up and over into the netting and just barely misses our camera.
I think Harry Lowe will be thinking that they've got a stoppage because he had a perfect chance to stop that puck and get it out of the zone, but went past him, and yeah, Dan Reason shoulders that one up out of play. Just on a minute to go here, and the power play opportunity for the Swarm.
And that'll let Morrissey get back out there as he wipes off the stick and has a little moment. Boy, everybody encroaching there. Everybody encroaching. I don't know who that's on. I think Willis. And they let that one go. And he flips it out. Great shot, as he did not have much clearance on that glass, but did exactly what he needed to. And Morrissey gets the puck first anyways. And the net comes off.
Net comes off, taken off by a Swarm player, so they're saying no change for Swarm.
And the good thing about that for the Red Devils is it will be an offensive zone change for them. Or sorry, face-off, excuse me.
Feels like a little bit different to yesterday's penalty kills. Like they've seen at least Morrissey is, he's going a bit more aggressive on the forecheck when those pucks do get dumped in. And in that case, he got to it first and again killed a few more seconds before the net came off.
Dan, that's why we don't do AI here. You see what you see and you say it. So that's how we do color commentary around here, right?
Am I allowed to hallucinate like AI does? Or not?
Anytime you want. 5-on-4 as the Swarm continue on the power play. Marcus McDonald getting into that corner, looking for an outlet, but he's harassed and they can't do that. Just March looking for something in front as he was kind of parked a little outside the crease, and they couldn't make that happen. Now McDonald's got to skate backwards. Swarm getting a little loose with the puck for the moment. Now they come in the zone. Johnson with a toe drag in order to make sure he stays onside. That puck goes behind into the near half boards. Atwell with a shot comes out, never gets to Reason. Swarm leave it behind. McDonald.
Penalty's over.
Back to 5-on-5. Shot, that was deflected, a dangerous one as that goes by Reason's mask, and another shot, and a glove save, just holding on to that low runner. And it's a stop for everybody, and we get back to 5-on-5.
Yeah, I guess a good penalty kill there from the Red Devils, and another unconverted chance for the Botany Swarm.
Yeah, that one that flipped up was very lucky because it just went over the crossbar, but Reason he was completely handcuffed, so if that's on target, that scores. It just didn't quite break for the Swarm. But in this case, Tappan's going to get to this first, and the Red Devils back to winning faceoffs. Tappan looking for that outlet. Goes as far as Fueller, though. Pass to Hopkinson now. Turia trying to get to it. Puck goes up and out of play. 9:22 to go in the second here. One goal in the first, one goal in the second, and that's how we got here with a 2-goal lead for the Swarm.
Still feeling pretty competitive and close. It's, again, just two almost breakaway chances there for the Swarm that have meant a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, I don't want to say the next goal is going to be formative for this game, but it could be the way this is going. Tappan throwing it back in. Turia in the mixer. Poole pulling it away. And now Paik with it. Steitley taking it off him. Paik pins his man in the corner. And now that's turned around by Turia, throwing it into the corner right where they were. Fueller looking for the outlet. Stick to Cruikshank. And now Turia for a moment, but that's taken off of him. Hand pass backwards to Tappan.
Good pressure there by Paik, actually. We don't normally see that a lot from the Red Devils, actually getting a turnover in the offensive zone, applying like some forecheck pressure, stopping the Swarm coming out, and yeah, got the puck up. Again, didn't create any chances of it, but at least applying that pressure and keeping the puck down in the offensive zone.
Interestingly, tapping goes off the ice, and the mixing it up a little bit.
Just a different DP here for to match with the imports.
Dalmato winning another face-off. It's been quite the change for the Swarm today. Just almost the opposite of what was happening to them yesterday. Great defensive work by Hopkins there. And they pass it. They cannot get it out. Morrissey having a hard time with the exit. Now he's going to get the puck. Passed forward to Gagnon. Tripled up there. Haast all left alone. In front shot. They couldn't get the rebound. Chop at it by Morrissey, and now the Swarm can turn it around. They're 2-on-2. Dalmato and Lapsa. Lapsa brings it in, splits the defense, but leaves the puck behind, goes into the corner. And now Hans tells him all about it as he eats plexiglass for a moment. Shot that never gets through. Goes back out to neutral. Simon with a good quick move. And the physicality coming up. Reason holding on to it, and he's going to go for the face-off.
Yeah, just see the pace of play pick up a bit there with a fast counter-attack for the Red Devils into the counter-attack back for the Swarm, and almost those counter-counters can almost be more dangerous than the first counter.
It just depends on if you overload too much and if you get caught out, and that is exactly what they did not do this time, but have done a couple of times this weekend. Atwell to take this one. Hinari on the other side of it. Atwell with a win. Attempted shot by Fontaine. He doesn't get that, and McDonald just missed on a redirection. Would have been a dangerous one. Fontaine in front, sweeps it, and it's going to go out. March on that defensive pairing with Wimmer, doing a good job holding that in, and now Fontaine goes right back in on the left side with some speed. Picked up by Lowe. Willis. Willis pays the price. And that's flipped out. Good pass up to Harry Lowe. He's going to bring it in the zone himself. Hinari trying to pull it down. A little bit overcommitted as they have 4 players back there, but Fontaine can't turn it around. 7 minutes to go in this second period. Good steal there by Lowe. And Hinari throwing it backwards. It'll be Willis to pick it up. Higgins back out there. Hopefully he doesn't have to block too many more shots. Turia with a shot. Glove save, dropped on the rebound, but as Turia was jumping in on it, couldn't play it. And now there's a chance here. McDonald on the break again. Takes the shot. Good save by Reason, and second shot goes behind the net. Goes out to Thüller, but it's another one where they get caught on a breakaway by being a little bit over on the offense. But there's always going to be chances, and the Swarm couldn't make the most of theirs there. Still 2-0.
Yeah, some broken play, players changing on the fly, some missed matchups. And Red Devils survived that one.
Tapping quarterbacking that one, moving it out to Turia. Bueller can't play that one accurately. Now it goes up to Turia. He's on his own. Takes the shot. That's going to be a penalty as they come back down. The Swarm have to hold up. Oh, and a penalty shot being called. That's an interesting one.
There you go.
The criteria, Dan, let's talk about it.
Oh, you got him first. I thought I was going to ask you what the criteria were, Matt, but yes, let's start with it. You got to be outside your defensive zone. You got to be in the neutral or offensive zone. Check.
You have to be inside the zone, right?
You have to be
outside going
neutral
into
or
it.
offensive zone. You have to be in control of the puck or going to get control of the puck, and you have to be fouled from behind. And, and you have to take away a reasonable scoring opportunity.
I thought.
So I think we ticked all the boxes there, and we're now going to see Gagnon line up for the penalty shot.
I'll go ahead and say I thought he was he lost and gained possession inside the offensive zone, which makes that one very tight, but we'll have to look at it on the replay if we get a chance. But I think that's what Atwell is asking about as he's come back out on the ice, asking or getting some conversation in with the linesman on that.
He's just got to be no one between him and the goalie.
There it is. Gagnon coming in. Penalty shot underway. Opens the scoring. Gagnon puts it behind par, and they cut the lead in half. 2-1 to the Swarm. Gagnon with a goal.
Yeah, nice finish there. Takes his time coming in. Swerves right. No, swerves left, swerves right. comes back and just picks the spot. Low glove, I think, there. And Gagnon, he's got that quick shot. We saw it yesterday with a couple of goals. And again, his first one here today on the penalty shot. Thanks to Turia for doing the hard work and getting the penalty shot called.
Exactly.
I don't think he gets an assist for that.
He should. He really should. Haas jumping that one early. And we'll go back and do that one again. Love the dancing referees. Actually, that's kind of a funny one. Chris will tell you all about this one. He loves the dancing referees. There's one on YouTube with the from the Finnish league. But if you get a chance, it's from 2019, but we're enjoying it. Lapso with a chance. He whiffed on that puck. And they rotate behind in that near corner to us. Chance in front. Dalmato with a good backhand. Really on one skate. That does go off sides for a moment. They can't play it. And now the Red Devils touch it up. Tapping coming in the zone off the left side with some speed now. Goes and holds up in the corner. Pinned up against it. Kozak getting it only as far as the point. Good pass to Gagnon. Shot! Oh, and that one goes just high. Hits the glass. Kozak with a good getting hit pretty hard there. But Lapsa getting the puck. Gets it to Dalmato. Dan?
Great skating from Gagnon there. He took that shot and he was the defender first one back.
Well, we'll reward Haas with the puck to Gagnon. Takes it. Can't really get a shot away there. Morrissey sends it back around. And the hotline is out there for the Red Devils, looking to get this one tied up. That puck gets flipped back out. Brown's got to misplay it. Fontaine's going to chase it. He skates, stops, shot. Oh, and that was not by much. The Swarm player there couldn't quite get it. It was Dalmato again. And now the Red Devils have the puck. That was a dangerous one. And McDonald on the forecheck.
Again, if Fontaine could pick anyone to pass to, it would have been Dalmato.
And Morrissey getting it in front on that two-line pass. And, well, we get a stop because Turia scored again.
Yeah, he takes himself into that net. This time it was the Swarm goalie in the cage rather than Fanning yesterday.
Yeah, that was a good one yesterday. He, like you said, hopefully nobody hurt there, and it looks like he avoided par.
Well, just over 4 minutes to go here in the second period. It's now back to a one-goal game. But a crucial period here to see what team can get momentum going into the break and going into the last 20.
It'll be Bull to take this one against Atwell.
Just getting all set back up here with set to play, and looks like we are.
And we're hearing some discussions as to opinions of where the face-off should be, but nonetheless, it was taken in neutral. And a good hit there by Pake. Left his feet a little bit, just enough to get a good hip check. But now it's 2-on-2. Swarm coming in. Fontaine and McDonald. And now the Red Devils get it back. It'll be Hopkins picking it up in the corner. Passes it out. Goes the length here, but no ice. Keeler with it. Good stop. Hockey stop. Turns around, gives the puck back to Steitley. And 3 behind the goal line for a moment there for the Swarm as they try to get things figured out. I think they were getting some line changes in, and that is Hopkinson jumping out. Nearly got in the play too early.
Yeah, he was aware. He kept the stick up.
And that's turned away from McDonald, and the puck flipped out to Thieler in neutral as the Red Devils recover on that one. Going around the boards. Hopkins winning that, and that's going to go out to Turia. Turia heads up over the left side, and he gets stopped, but the puck stays with him, then goes low, too low, and then he's knocked into the boards. Good hit there by the Swarm, and boy, that one nearly took one of the fans' heads off and goes for icing. Ooh, that's a bit of a warning there. that one could have been ugly.
Yeah, we just see a little bit of the physicality picking up now, a little bit of the body flying. And again, high stakes game, a 1-goal lead. Just keeping the emotions in check while the physicality stays high. That's your balancing act you got to do.
And that one goes past Willis. They keep it in. Morrissey doing a good job with it. And now it's Hopkinson. Takes the shot, blocker save, goes into the netting, yes. Yeah, it did stop. I want to give a shout out to the in-house media team. I just saw this. Not only did they put up on the board that a certain license plate had their headlights on and everything to go out, they had a picture of the actual car with the lights on to say go out and turn on.
There you go.
Pretty, that's pretty slick work over there. Hopkinson takes this one, wins it for the Swarm again. A redirected chance, Steen trying to do something, and then it's Johnson and Morrissey going down for a moment. Red Devils get onside. Gagnon has it on the right, takes the shot, and a good strategic shot as he was skating away. He gets a glove save and a face-off in the offensive end.
Yeah, he's looking for that. He is hitting a bit too much of the breadbasket of the stomach there. If you're shooting from those wide angles, you really want to rebound that. The far side pad is your target. That's the hardest spot for the goalie to control it, and typically will kick it out into the slot area.
They figured something out. Dalmateau wins another face-off for the Swarm. Gagnon with it, looking to get rid of it. And that goes to Wimmer. Pass forward, shot from Kozak. Whiff and a broken stick. That one will be a couple $100. March with a shot that never gets through. And now it's a bit of a 3-on-2. The Red Devils with a chance. That's played by a high stick by March, but not too high. It wasn't shoulder height, I guess. And Willis with a give up and a goal. And that's
waved off.
That is waved off immediately. So Fontaine played that.
Yeah, he's laughing away under his cage there.
He should. That was a great quick play. Yeah. And I looked at it for a second. And it was close, but yes, he definitely, as this bounces up over the height of the crossbar and tips it in, and that will not count.
Just one way example of when you're making mistakes there. Willis making a mistake right in front of his own net. You know, he was trying to shoulder check to see what his options were, but at the same time, probably keeping your eye on the puck is very important there. And yeah, thankfully, Fontaine just got a bit eager and played it above the crossbar height.
Yeah, it was. That was one of those high-risk areas to make an error. Higgins with a good hit. Atwell gets it low, and it's Fontaine again with the puck, with his stick low this time, looking to get it around, looking for an outlet, goes to the point. Lets it go this time, gets it around to Atwell. He's going to send it to the left point to Thüller as they try to shift the ice. And now he's going to go down with a trip call, and it will be Thomas heading to the penalty box.
Yeah, Thüller made a move there, and Thomas went fishing for it, and only came up with his legs. So he'll go.
That's a good way to put it.
He'll go have a rest for 2 minutes. But again, it puts Red Devils under pressure here. Again, they had a similar in the first period, a penalty kill in the last couple of minutes of the second period. Here they're only going to face 1 minute and 5 seconds before they get a breather.
Yeah, and this is one of those splits the period penalties. Not sure it's not the worst for the defense generally, but it's still dangerous. That goes to Latza. He can't play it.
There's almost upside for the offense. The first minute of the next period, they have a clean sheet of ice.
It's a very good point. Fontaine holding. Red Devils play him at the line. Tapin lets him by. They go in, and they had the angle right, keeping Fontaine contained. And Kozak with it now, and a new stick. Shot, that's off the side netting. You might have heard the post there, but it stayed well outside. Morrissey, lots of time, choosing to just pass it and just playing a little bit too much with this penalty kill. And they only get it as far as the red line.
Still 10 seconds.
Fontaine coming through, takes the shot, good blocker save.
I think they had post as well.
We'll see that one again on the replay, and that was a close one. For all the playing they did in the back, it almost came up and bit them. And here's the replay. We'll just take a quick look. Yep, yeah, it was not a blocker. Well, if he got blocker, it did hit the post, the outside of the post, and that was a close one. And the Red Devils dodge a bullet there. 2-1 the score after 2. It's still a 1-goal deficit, just like that.
Yeah, again, 1-goal game. They're a tight one here. The Red Devils need to refocus. Again, focus on those making mistakes when it's a high-risk opportunity, because again, that's how Swarm have scored their 2 goals so far. It's been a player skating in, uncontested, a turnover in the neutral zone, skating in and taking a quick shot to beat reason. So they really need to focus on, when you got possession of the puck, keeping that controlled position, and then enabling their, dare say, imports, but it's open to any local player as well to score a goal, enabling them speed for them to score. As we see on the replays here, some of the goals, and that was the turnover from neutral zone Dalmatel, who skates in. But yeah, 20 minutes to go here.
And I think we'll just leave it there. I don't think we're going to be able to get anybody, so we will take about a 10-minute break and come back to bring you to the third period here. 2-1 the score for the Swarm. The Red Devils looking to get one at home this weekend. Kia ora koutou. Welcome back, everybody, to the Alpine Ice Sports and Entertainment Center. My name is Matt Chavez. I'm here with Dan Nichols. And 20 minutes left this weekend, Dan.
Indeed, and we're a one-goal game, but Botany Swarm will start on the power play here in the third period with 55 seconds to go on the tripping penalty to Thomas. But yeah, very close one again. Another competitive game, and feels like it can go either way right now.
It really could. The question is, can they solve par the way that that they had solved yesterday's goaltender, which was Gibson? It was just more of a. It just felt like yesterday they were burying chances that they just hadn't all year, and now we're back to some. The chances are there, but not quite. The finishing touch isn't today.
Yeah, exactly, and yeah, definitely Par's stepped up and played a solid game, and maybe that's one of the benefits of having two goalies that are of similar caliber of skill set, that you got confidence as a coach to rotate them through, play it. Teams don't always get comfortable or used to shooting on the same goalie every time, or what their quirks are or where their weaknesses are. So yeah, turning out to be maybe a little bit of a strategic strength there for the Swarm, and probably the same on the Red Devils. Again, they've rolling through three goalies as well so far this season.
Yeah, Par's definitely a few centimeters taller, I think is what we could say on that. Zoom in on that one. There you go. Yeah. Thanks, Nate. The shoulder shot, the bar down shot that was working yesterday doesn't really work as well against Par. Yeah. He's under glove, under blocker, and occasionally 5-hole, but for the most part, it's that outside shot that's got to beat him. And the way that the Red Devils can manufacture those shots is cross-ice passing, which we've seen some of. I mean, it's not like they haven't been trying to do that, but I think the Swarm's done a really good job of clogging that middle slot area with at least two players when they're deep. And the Red Devils need to tactically solve that if they're going to get some more shots that cross the crease, and maybe even just some more traffic in front and getting a deflection. It might just take that.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, look, we'll start off on special teams here, and probably no surprises. Swarm are putting out their first power play unit. And, Red Devils will match that with again a couple of imports with Tappan and Brown at the back end here. So this will be quite a crucial 55 seconds to navigate here if you're the Canterbury Red Devils. Ideally, you come out of that with still a one goal deficit to chase.
To chase it down in the third period, it'll be Tappan, Gegnow, Morrissey, and Brown. Interesting to have the captain back there as the only defender on this 5-on-4. We get underway here. Third period action at the Alpine Ice. Gagnon winning the face-off. The Red Devils start out on the penalty kill. Simon with the puck, looking up ice to get the Swarm going here. Goes up to Dalmato, gain the zone, hold up, stop the dot, and that's turned over. Gagnon with it. He's gonna bring it out to Morrissey, knocks it down adeptly off his stick. Left side, takes the shot, goal! Morrissey goes low and ties the game.
Red Devils respond with one of their own on the power kill. Excellent play there. Lovely little move by Gagnon there. He steps into the middle of the ice once he picks up and frees that outside lane for Morrissey. And Morrissey skates in, looks up, and a quick release goes 5-hole there on Par.
Well, if there's one thing I think that the teams need to be doing more of today, it's taking penalties, because that's another shorthanded goal. Yeah. And that brings us even 2-2. And boy, that's a big one for the Red Devils. Once again, catching up with the Swarm. Yesterday, it got from 4-1 to 4-4 before the Swarm jumped on the lead for the final time with just 4.5 minutes, and now they have the puck again. Dalmato, sorry, that's Johnson with it. In front, chance, and that was a close one. McDonald, that's deflected away, and it comes out of the zone. Marcus McDonald throwing it forward up to Atwell, and that comes back out. Penalty over. Thomas back out and stays out on the ice, and now he's going to come off for a change, and it'll be Haas and Turia coming out, but a chance for Bull for a moment. He cuts through the lane, but gets it taken away. And now Atwell 2-on-2, 3-on-2 if they hurry. Goes up the left side. Reason knocked away, but no shot forthcoming on that. March with a long shot, comes off the back kick plate. Bounces, Tappan plays it. Goes past Johnson, and now Brown has it as he's looking to sky one. It's going to be up to Haas. No icing here as he's there first. Flipped backwards to Turia. And with that line change up here, Turia and Haas trying to get something worked out.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's just coming off the penalty kill in this match or whether the coach has split Haas back to the line he was on yesterday with Turia and Bull.
Yeah, we'll continue to watch that. Dan on quality control, and that one hits the, well, I guess
top of the boards and then rolls out of plate.
And that'll allow for a stop and everybody to get who they want out on the ice. And they're going to roll a third line here. Lowe, Higgins, Hinari, Lowe, and Willis to get going here. They have the puck for a moment, but now the Swarm pick it up. Good hit there, taking him right off the puck. Hinari with it, passes it forward in the crease, chopped down, and Parr getting it out of there. Willis at the point sends it deep. And it goes to Josh Lowe. They keep it low. And that's Steeler having to spin back. Harry Lowe getting on the forecheck, and that's going to cause that to go no ice here. Josh Lowe holding it up. NRA, Steitley. And Hopkinson getting rid of it. Krushik. And that goes up into the netting. You got to keep playing. I think it's out for a moment, but house rules, that stays in play. And I think it was Huffnagel not wanting to do anything illegal there. But that's going to come back in from the Swarm. In front, Lapsa with a shot. Kick save. Gagnon holding on to that puck. And a good stop there by Reason.
Yeah, Lapsa found a little pocket of space there, but Reason was quick to answer. He needed to be.
Fantastic saucer pass by Gagnon to Haast. As that comes in, Morrissey knocked away. Gagnon's going to get to that puck under the referee there. Now Simon with it. Stays in at the point. Good chance there from Brown. He passes in front in the crease. Big shot. Goes into the side. Goes right to Haast as he's getting back up. And it's still behind the net. Going around, Gagnon with it. Alex Gagnon leaving it for Tappan. Shot and a goal! Tappan knocks one in and takes the lead. And that's what we've been looking for all weekend.
There you go. We see the three Red Devils imports reunite. So it was just a mismatch for a couple of minutes there. And traffic sort of moved out of the way there for Tappan. Well, for Parr to see that. He should have seen most of it. But Tappan picks it, glove side. And yeah, great composure there from the Red Devils to, again, survive a penalty kill first, score a goal in a penalty kill, and now go into a 1-goal lead here with still 16 minutes to go in the third.
The formula was there. They crossed the ice. They got some traffic, even though it wasn't there the entire time. And as they moved that puck across, Parr had to move across the crease, and that was the weak spot. And Tappan getting that goal, taking that shot when he needed to, and getting it done, giving the Red Devils a lead, 3-2. Bull coming into the zone. That is up and out of play, and we'll do it again.
Now it's probably quite important here for, again, it applies to both teams. The mindsets change, right? So you Red Devils, a couple of minutes ago, you were facing a 1-goal deficit. And then you tied it up, and now you got a lead. So you've got to mentally be aware of that game state, be able to change here. And, you know, you don't want to go into full park the bus passive mode just yet, but you don't want to be taking too many of those 50-50 risks anymore here if you're the Red Devils.
Mostly that second line out there, Josh Lowe and Pake. And they hold on to the puck for a moment. Bull with it, but that's taken off his stick. Red Devils backing off. McDonald bringing it in. Everybody back. Good move there. In front and chance. And how did that stay out? That was Fontaine, I believe, right?
That was Fontaine hit the inside of the near post, went behind Reason.
And a hand pass, and that's going to get called. Indeed, was that a hand pass?
So offside, I think.
Offside.
Red just fully didn't clear the zone, but yeah, I was saying don't park the bus. But Red Devils, all 5 of them were back there, and McDonald, I think, got through a few of them, and then pass came across to the back door to Fontaine, which is very similar to how they scored their go-ahead goal yesterday. This time hits the post and goes directly behind Reason.
That was a close one, but you saw all 5 Red Devils go into that far corner, all 5 of them going over the halfway mark through the slot. And that's the danger zone, really, when you overcommit on one side and they leave one back. That spacing was right for the Swarm, and the Red Devils truly get away with one there. 3-2 still the score. Brown with it, escaping 2 players, not quite getting it out of the zone. Lowe fighting for it.
Great play by Lowe there to take the body. The puck went past him and took the body.
And that goes out of the zone. Will be for an icing, except that Higgins is going to get there first. That'll get called off. I'm not sure it got there anyways, but the arm was up for a moment, and now the Swarm have it for the time being. Steitley getting it back behind the goal.
That's what you want to see from that third line, that energy to just skate pucks down.
And now Morrissey, Brown. And all right, couldn't play it there, and that's going to go for an icing. And we'll get a face-off on the other side there. So you got to feel pretty good for Tappan to just absolutely rip one, and it goes right behind Parr.
Yeah, I think it might be his second this year.
Yeah, it's his second this year. He got one in the Admirals series as well. I think it was the second game.
He hadn't normally featured on the goal scoring list for all his previous seasons, so he's off to a flyer this year.
And that's going to stay in the zone, actually. Delmato sending it low. Kozak, tap in. And Brown's going to get there. Passes it to Morrissey. Off the boards. Haast with it. As they move quickly, Haast up the left side. Goes behind the net. Looking, chopping, fighting, and a penalty coming up. And I want to say that's going to be on Huffnagel, but I don't know. We'll find out if he was hooked.
Holding stick was the signal from the referee there, so he's obviously tied up with Haast there quite a bit, and just takes too much of him there. So Red Devils now back on the power play opportunity, and I guess they've converted once on a penalty shot so far tonight.
Yeah, does that officially count as a power play goal?
You might have to defer to the statisticians on that one.
There you go. Or ChatGPT at this rate, right?
My gut feel says yes.
It should.
Yeah.
Bull wins that faceoff, goes to Morrissey, passes in front. That's going to go out of the zone. Hits a linesman to the benefit of the Swarm. McDonald looking to pass that, but Fontaine had come in offside. Now McDonald sends it in, and it'll be Reason jumping on top of it. And McDonald with a little extras behind the net as he was poking away with Reason's glove on the ground.
Yeah, the Devils should let him know about that one.
Yeah, the only part I'm a little worried about here, Dan, is a couple of shorthanded goals have happened so far today. A lot of special teams goals, actually, but those are the wrong side of things, one for each team.
Indeed, so again, 1 goal lead here for the Red Devils. Yes, they're on the power play, but yeah, importantly, you don't want to give up any chances back the other way.
Bull to take this against Fontaine. Bull wins it, and Tappan distributes. Gagnon going through the zone. Morrissey up the left side. More speed for the Red Devils coming in the zone. He goes behind the net, gives that pass up. Haas trying to get it to Gagnon. He can't pull the trigger as it was deflected. Tap in back to Gagnon. He walks in, takes a shot, goal! Over the blocker's side, and the Red Devils double the lead.
Lovely play there by Red Devils. Good puck movement. Gagnon brings it up to Tappan. There was a bit of a decoy there. I think Morrissey calling it from the far side, but goes back to Gagnon. Takes those couple extra steps in to get a better angle. And yeah, picked short side up top past the blocker. And that gives him another one here today. I think now 4 for the weekend for Gagnon. And that gives the Red Devils a 2-goal lead now.
Yeah, for me, the biggest thing there is the tap-in goal just before that required the defender to go across and left Gagnon open, and that gave him the chance to snipe from a closer position, and that's how they made the power play work in that case. Tappan doesn't score that before or isn't willing to shoot it, they can't overcommit, and that's exactly the kind of tic-tac-toe that Anton Perver and the coaching team are looking for here, and it shows up in real terms, going 2 goals up.
Indeed, yeah. So now pressure back on the Botany Swarm, facing that 2-goal deficit.
Henare loses that one to Dalmato. He takes a shot. Reason with a good stop. A rebound, but it goes to the Red Devils. Henare swiping at it. Kozak keeping it in. And it is out of the zone by Willis. Henare up the left side, gets rid of it. And then that puck moves around the boards.
Good pressure here, Red Devils. I mean, coach had the last change there, chose to keep his third line out against the top line of the Botany Swarm and had faith in them to do their job.
Steitley with a good pass, trying to get it to Lobson, but his stick was lifted just at the last minute. Goes back to Steitley as they gain the zone and hold the puck.
Great read by Higgins.
And Higgins in the way. He's going to flip it and go for the change, but that's on target, so no icing here. It was accurate, and that is going to go for an icing. The Swarm can't change, and we'll have a face-off in the offensive zone for the Red Devils.
Again, good heads-up play, smart play there, Higgins. Again, could have taken a few more steps and probably got to halfway to really negate the icing, but threw it on net, knew his job was done in his 30 to 45 seconds. Dump it in, get the change. We've got a lead here. Let's keep the legs fresh.
Hey, if you know you're on target, right? So I guess he's just backing himself there, but that is...
Exactly, but hey, if he missed it, that would have been one of those...
Yeah, what are you doing?
Why did you take that risk?
Yep. It's like a three-pointer in basketball. It used to be, why did you take... Oh, good shot. Yeah. Pass forward and up to Kozak as he goes 1-on-2. Good defense there by Tappan and Brown, as the Swarm have recently changed their tactic. They're definitely trying for that 2-line pass and leading somebody at the blue line to get into the zone. Now it's Atwell with it. He spins, and that's turned over. Tappan looking for the breakout. Goes up to Turia, gains the zone, leaves it behind to Pake. Pake with a shot. It goes through the crease, more of a shot pass. And now it's Gagnon. He's going to gain the zone, getting it back. Takes a shot. Glove save, but not by much as it deflects and goes over the crossbar. And now it's Fontaine as the Swarm breakout. Gagnon with a good little slash on the stick, gets it away. And now the Red Devils have it again. Good defense to offense transitions here with this line. Haas leaving it behind to Morrissey, back to Haas, oh, it was almost a good tic-tac-toe. Just in the last moment, Morrissey had somebody get in the way of that puck, and Wimmer's going to send it around to Simon, back to Wimmer, and the Swarm looked to get something going. Big hit attempt, but it was Haas kind of getting more glass than anything else.
Yeah, almost a reverse hit there from Wimmer, getting the best of Haas.
And now Hans is sending it past only the half boards. Hopkinson keeping it in. Steen with some physicality in front of the net there. That puck spins going around the other side. In front of the crease. Poked away from March. Johnson now has it. And Hans knocks it only as far as March. That goes a low shot pass. Comes off the board. Wimmer with a slap shot in front. And Reason with the glove save.
That was the Swarm there getting some time in the offensive zone, trying to build that pressure, get that position to lead to some threatening chances. And while there might have been a chance or two, it wasn't in the highest of scoring potential. So Red Devils managed to navigate that one. But yeah, I think they could see their legs were getting tight, so they're happy. The goaltender comes to the save and covers it up for the change.
Well, we're halfway through the third period here.
Another matchup, top line of Swarm against third of Red Devils.
That's a good point. The Red Devils are going to have a hard time getting it out of the zone. Harry Lowe with it, though. Looking for that long pass. He does a great job, gets it up to Higgins. It's going to bounce and go to Steitley, but it's a good clearance for the Red Devils. And a big hit by Higgins as he tries to get the puck into the crease. Good stick movement there. And a chance at a shot! The light went on, but it is not a goal.
Yeah, Parr didn't have a stick there on that last save.
And good save by Parr. But in case you saw the light come on, that was wrong. And Steitley takes the shot, kick save to the corner. Steitley with it again. Returning it back, some open space there for Kozak. Turia with it, sends it around. Henari trying to get it out. And I think it hit a player.
Just over the boards, yeah, just popped up off the skate and out of play. So again, chance to change the legs, grab a bit of fresh air for those players coming off, and we'll go back to the defensive zone for the Red Devils.
Another good chance on the offensive side for the Red Devils, but
now again, that pressure of that third line, bringing the speed and physicality. Higgins putting the body on Thurler, getting a chance there.
Bull loses that one to Fontaine. Well, Fontaine gets the puck for the Swarm. He wasn't in the circle. And that goes over to Atwell, to the point. Sent through, hits the board. Simon with it. They cycle, Atwell. McDonald behind the net. Hoflegel. And goes back out to Pake. Pake over the line. Pake still with it. Pake still with it. Now tap in, shot. That's a glove save and into the corner. In front, crease chance. And now the Swarm break out 2-on-2. They need to sort out the defense. Fontaine with it. Good shot block by Brown as he gets his legs in front of the shooting motion of Fontaine. And that goes back out of the zone. Swarm have to reset. Wimmer. Long pass in, it was deflected off a skate. Turia with a good move. Gives it to Gagnon, he's coming straight up the middle. Plays it to himself through the skates. Pake with it. Pake takes an effort. And that puck gets pulled off of his stick. Now Steen's gonna go after it. And it's Hans. Steen. And now Haast with it for a moment. He's got to hold up. He gets hit. Steen plays that back. And now Hans gets it behind to Morrissey. Morrissey with the puck, and he's going to break out. All the way up to Haas. He's just on the blue line. Everybody's good on the lines. He gets hit off the glass there, and now he's boarded. Johnson hitting him again.
Held two hands on the stick across the back.
And then that puck goes off a skate. Goes behind. Morrissey with it. And Fueller now takes that puck off of him. They go quickly. They've got a 3-on-3. Steen with a low shot. They just choose to dump and chase. Hopkins with a good defensive move here. And the Red Devils playing sharply for the last few minutes, but now they turn it over. Announcer's curse. Johnson with it. Holds, and can't get a shot off. And Hans tries to get it out of the zone. He does. And there's Haast. He's got the puck. Brown in front of him, and instead he skates it backwards and lets the Red Devils get set up. And now Willis takes his time, surveys, gives it up. That's going to go in the zone. Low with it. Physicality there. And that's Willis again. Huffnagel throwing the body around. There he is again.
Josh Lowe moonlighting as a forward here.
And now Dalmato with it. Again with the lead pass, but that one's going to go all the way through. And Lopsa not able to do anything with it as it's kind of just skittered past him, and Reason's going to stop the game for a moment.
Yeah, man, we'll see that. I was saying they're just going to see if they're going to get away with it, but they won't. The shot was from behind halfway, and Dan Reason covered in the puck, so
no change.
Reverse icing almost against the Red Devils, so not able to make the line change.
And a little extra sticks with McDonald, and Lowe being a pest as he does. Fontaine with it, takes the shot. Reason with a glove save.
A combination, a blocker and a glove save.
Yeah, that was kind of like I'm gonna hold something really hot with my forearms, and he just held it together. There's a replay on it.
Yeah, but there you go. At least now the Red Devils can get that line change they wanted.
That's exactly what they needed too. Is mostly it's just to stop play and get the right people in front of him. not giving up a rebound is very handy as a goaltender. Steitley's going to get this puck off the face-off. Does it get through? It does. Oh, and it's a goal. It bounced around, hit Bull, and then strangely bounced behind. We'll have to see this one on replay.
I think Atwell might have got the last touch on it, but yeah, definitely hit a few bodies on its way through, but that's what you want to be doing when you swarm. Throw it towards the net. I think we through Bull, gets touched there by Krishnik, and then maybe Atwell's the last one to touch it before it slips past Reason.
Let's see this one again here, because this one's a seeing eye puck, as you will. Bounces around. Oh, how did that get under him? That is just...
Yeah, I think it was Atwell on the reaching across the far side, but again, hey, you throw pucks to net, chances happen, and that's where we got for the Botany Swarm. They'll take that here with 6 minutes to go. Now,
4-3. Just a 1-goal lead. Now Turia with it, takes the shot, he's taken down. The referee's okay with the way he was played there, and the Red Devils have the puck again, tapping, throwing it up to the blue line, but it's turned around. Kozak comes in. Good move there, tries to pass it in front, and Reason has to make a save as that's deflected right towards him.
A little bit of Botany Swarm back on the threat again. And the Red Devils playing a bit passive here, just only throwing little sticks at it, not getting the puck, not getting the body, and just giving Swarm chances. And you got 5 minutes 50 here to go.
But to give credit, they didn't allow that player to get at the crease as they might have yesterday, and that might be the difference between giving up a goal there and just being a routine save. Anyway, Gagnon with it in the corner. I have too many opinions today. Anyway, Haast cross ice to Morrissey. Isn't that your job, Dan?
well, if I get time to spin that.
That's how it works, right? Now the Swarm have it. Simon going down for a moment, kind of on his turnaround, couldn't stay up. And it's Dalmato. He's the danger so far. 1-on-3, skating backwards, waiting for a pass in front chance, and a big one to Kozak. And that's going to turn around quickly on the counterattack. Morrissey up to Haast. Haast's stick was deflected, and that puck is going to go out of play.
Yeah, and just again another one here. Red Devils, you got players there, you got numbers there, but again, just letting Swarm keep it, and then, yeah, Kozak with a good opportunity there, but I don't think he got all of it.
Yeah, I think Morrissey needs, well, he was playing the puck there, but he was just a step behind at the wrong moment. And just an interesting one. Kyle March going to be on the bench for the Swarm. I don't think he's going to return this afternoon.
Yeah, very ginger on his feet there, just trying to find his seat as the play continues.
Yeah, not sure what that was, but we probably won't see him again. Steen bringing across the line. Low shot in as that was deflected. Reason holds on to it. And we'll get another face-off. Yeah, he's just not in a good way over there, but I'm not really sure what's going on with him, so I wish him all the best. Kyle's done a great job. He's occasionally come up and even commentated with us in the past, so yeah, I hope he's doing all right. Face-off coming up here with Bull and Hopkinson. Hopkinson wins that one. Shot, that's deflected coming in. Another shot, that goes by Reason on the near post over here.
Don't think he saw that, so great it went wide of the net.
Indeed. Willis lets that get by him, but he's going to send it around to Lowe as he gets it out of the corner. Back to Willis. Willis with the outlet pass to Turia. Does he get there? He does not, and that's going to go for icing.
Yeah, making solid breakouts here is going to be critical in the last 4 minutes 20 for the Red Devils. They can't afford to keep having face-offs down in their defensive zone. You want clean breakouts, get it out of your blue line, and then if you get to halfway at least, if you got nothing else on, send it deep.
Cool to take this one against Atwell. Atwell gets it back to Simon. Takes the shot, good deflection and stop by Reason. That one doesn't get through, and then it goes back around to Simon at the point and pinches in. Takes a step, moves aside. Fontaine with a swing around Atwell, getting it behind the net. Skates. And Fontaine, the recipient behind the net, tries to play it off the net. Unsuccessfully. Goes to Pake for a moment. Now Fontaine chips it back in. Goes out to the blue line. Shot and a goal! I don't know if it was deflected, but that was Huffnagel on the shot. Yeah. And we'll see if he gets credit for that one.
Yeah, it didn't look like a clean shot coming through. It looked like it could have changed direction there. At least it was dropping on the way down, but again, Botany Swarm had possession, built the pressure, built the time, made Red Devils move, change shape, and then again, what was seen, a little bit deflated. What we've seen again yesterday and today, they have that guy behind the net, they pass it down there, it gets Red Devils turning, they make that pass up to the point, shot through traffic, and now we're at a 4-4 game.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to tape the puck up for Huffnagel, but I thought it was Atwell that got the goal, but it was funny, it was Atwell that went to go collect the puck. So I think he's saying it was clean, and it was a wobbler, and it worked. 4-4 the score. And we're back all square again, right where we were yesterday. The Red Devils giving up 2 lately and tying the game, and now Kozak with the puck behind. And a chance again for the Swarm. They're in the crease, and they get rid of it for a moment. Simon with a shot, deflected. Gagnon takes that one off the knee. Hopefully he's all right. And that's a bit of a hook as Morrissey can't go through with Simon, but they were just tied up. Gagnon okay, he's gonna skate through this up to Haas. Haas with a move. Haas going behind, can't get the shot away or the pass, and that pass is going to go the length of the ice, letting the Swarm off the hook, tap in and collect it.
Seeing Red Devils make it hard for themselves in this D zone here, especially time and pressure, that they're not getting out of the zone cleanly, or they're taking it back and making mistakes.
Brown up to Henare. That's kind of stuck at the blue line. It's going to come halfway back. Morrissey throwing it deep, and they go for a change. Henare on the forecheck, spins Thuler around. And Steen to Hopkinson, move through the legs, shot that's behind the net. It's going to spin out, but only as far as Steitley. He sends it back to the other side. Tappan's going to get it in the corner, and then passed out. Thuler with it at neutral. Hopkinson bringing it in. Stolen away by Brown. Brown moving it up the left side. Keeping Simon at bay for a moment, but now Simon has the puck. He's going to skate straight up the middle, trying to get out of the zone. Good move past Henare, past Higgins, passes it forward to Johnson. Johnson looking up, leaving it behind for Hopkinson, but that's taken away from him. Steen having a hard time getting up on his skates for a moment, and now the Red Devils look to move it out. They cross the ice, passing it to Henare, and they're going to have to stay out on the ice again as he doesn't get his tape to it. And icing the call.
Well, we saw just before icing call gave the Botany Swarm a chance to set up, and sustained pressure led to the goal. So, yeah, Henare really needed to get a bit of anything on that one coming through just to negate that icing. So, minute 40 to go here. The Red Devils need to survive this face-off.
Face-off won by the Red Devils. Henare gets it out, but only as far as Wimmer, and comes right back in with McDonald. Willis staying behind, playing both guys. Ends up getting it away from Atwell. Willis pinning his man, but Thuler's got it for a moment. Thuler with a shot, low and doesn't get through, and that one doesn't come out. Now Willis flips it out. Gagnon might be the recipient, now Haas is. Haas trying to get it across the ice, but it's Thuler in a good spot. He rims it around and gets it to one of his teammates. Dalmanteau picking it up. Dalmanteau taking it across, takes the shot. Reason with a good save and a hold with just under a minute to go in the third period.
Dalmanteau trying to make the most of the defender as the screen there, but just puts it straight into the middle of Dan Reason. Yeah, those ones can be dangerous there, shooting through past the defender. We've got 58 seconds to go here in the third period, tied game.
Dalmanteau to take this one against Haast. Or sorry, Gagnon. And Gagnon wins that one. Critical face-off. Now Haast has it. Gagnon takes it in, takes the shot, Parr with a save. And a glove hold to get a face-off in the offensive zone.
You can see the inputs there, trying to link up through the neutral zone to get that zone entry, and yeah, Haast crossing across the ice, gets getting on the speed again outside the face-off dot line, so lowers the chance of scoring, but we know Gagnon does have a good shot.
And I think they just wanted the face-off. They got it. Shot. That's deflected hard. Brown's going to have to get to this one quickly. He does. He has his stick lifted, taken away, and Kozak's going to go for Hook, I think. Gagnon with it.
Give him the puck. You want to give the puck to them.
Shot and goal! They score anyways! Lights on! Wait.
The referee waved it off.
It's been waved off. The lights on. Let's take a look at this replay.
It's all go.
Yeah, that looks like a goal to me. I don't know.
I think there's so much confusion as well whether or not the whistle went, and again, there was a juicy rebound as well, but
I don't know. We've got to slow that down. Chris, I'm going to ask you in real time here. There's a replay button and there's a percentage. Can you replay the back goal at 33%, please?
Oh, there we go. But again, the referees don't have the pleasure of slow-mo replay, so
no, they don't.
It's come down to their decision on the ice. Yeah.
Can we get the one from behind in the glass from behind the goal cam, please?
It's almost like we're going into the decision review system here, and
I don't know what the referees are going to do, but let's see if we've got this one here.
Yeah, he's calling down the goal judge as well. They want to make sure that they have a full chat here around what it is. But again, we're on a delayed penalty call here against Botany Swarm. So Red Devils, if it's a no goal, will go on to a power play opportunity.
And that's the glass moving, so sorry about that.
No.
We get the reaction because the replay is being played in the stadium at exactly the same time. So some influence there, I guess.
Yeah. So anyway, we're still referees will have their chat. But yeah, again, it's an interesting dynamic here when you have that delayed penalty call with only a few seconds to go. If they were fully aware, you potentially would have passed it out.
And a goal has been awarded.
There we go. The goal has been scored. So that will negate the delayed penalty and put the Red Devils into the lead, 5-4 with 27 seconds to go.
Yeah, so there's some conversation over there with the referees, but they've made their decision and they have pointed to the center ice. So the penalty will be waived off because
goal was scored on the delay.
Devils scored on the delay.
So it will be 5-on-5, and we have a timeout called here for the Botany Swarm.
And that'll be 30 seconds. So there's 27 seconds on the clock, and it'll be 5-4. So obviously they're going to pull the goalie here. Whether they do it right off the face-off or not, we'll see. But it is whisper quiet in this building, strangely. They all went crazy when they saw the replay. But it is going to be what did Alex Ferguson call it? Squeaky bum time? Is that this is a close one.
Yeah. Again, this is a key 27 seconds here if you're the Canterbury Red Devils for your season.
You had to get one on the board finally.
There we go. I wouldn't be surprised if we see maybe Gagnon look to just whack it forward and send it down to their end and make them travel the length of the ice.
So Parr is out at the moment. He is on the ice, and we're starting 5-on-5. We'll expect to see Connor Parr come out quickly if the Swarm get a hold of this puck. They do. It's Simon coming up the ice, and that is out of play.
Into the netting, yep. So maybe the bit of the Canterbury rink here working in favour as the Swarm were rushing in pretty quick there into the netting and out of play. Again, if you did that in the Botany rink, it would have gone off some glass and continued on into the end zone.
Yep, they may be putting a second or two back on the clock. But interestingly, I mean, to me, this is really bizarre seeing Parr. He's basically ready to just skate right off. Like, why not just start with a 6 and go for it at this point? But the Swarm are choosing to leave the goalie in there for the moment. The Red Devils win this face-off just a little bit. And good time waster. Simon going across. Fontaine with the puck. Parr out of the net. And that's in the zone for the moment. Dalmato with his shot. And a good save by Reason. 9 seconds to go. As
big save and an important rebound cover. That's probably the most important bit there. He was quick to react and covered that one up to get that down. So
yeah, let's see it again as Reason gets down on this shot. There was traffic in front. Good kick save, but the bigger one, like you said, he jumped on it. 5-4 the score, 8 seconds to go. They're going to try to get back to 9 seconds, I think it is. There it is. There we go, 10 seconds. And just trying to be accurate with the clock on this one. Face-off coming up here. Gagnon to take this one. Swarm with the puck. Shot. It goes behind the net. Going out in front. Scramble. And Reason on the ground. Nobody can tell where it is. Time's up. And if the puck's not in the net, game should be over.
There we go. Canterbury Red Devils piling in front of the goalie there to hold on for that dear life there to get the first win of the 2026 season for the Canterbury Red Devils.
The noise in here is amazing. And the Red Devils finally pull one off. Albeit a bit controversially, having to wait for that goal call to be made. But they get that goal call as it hit just inside the post there. Made it 5-4, and they held on for dear life for about 29 seconds. And they get the first win of the season, a regulation win. And
that's a very good, amazing third period here for the Canterbury Red Devils. You started it on a penalty kill and you managed to score a shorthanded goal and then score another one pretty quickly thereafter to take the lead. Again, obviously Swarm went to a 2-goal lead there for a bit, and then Swarm did come back to tie it up. And again, the Red Devils scoring in that last 27 seconds to put themselves into that nervous moment where you got to hold on for 27 seconds where the Swarm are all coming at you. But sure enough, Dan Reason held strong there in the end, and a few extra bodies helping them out around that goal net. And yeah, first win here for the Canterbury Red Devils, much needed as they're 6 games through now of their regular season. Only a 16-game season, and again, it's the fight for the top 4. Get yourself through into that playoff series. So,
yeah, well, they're actually, it's the Swarm with 1 win so far this season as well. So, they're even on wins. No, sorry, 2 yesterday.
2.
Yeah. So,
it continues the trend though of split weekends.
Split weekends, yeah.
I was just seeing that a lot across the league. Saw that yesterday with the West Auckland Admirals and Dunedin Thunder down there. They split their weekend, and now here today, Red Devils winning the Sunday game. Of course, the Swarm won yesterday's game on Saturday, so split result. So we're keeping all the standings pretty close together, but Red Devils just with a few losses there to the first four rounds, they've still got a couple more wins they'll need to get to put themselves up fully into contention. But, no better time than now to start your winning ways.
Now they're off next weekend, correct?
Yeah, so they've got a bye next weekend, and they'll be returning at home coming up, I believe.
2 weekends from now.
2 weekends from now, 6th and 7th of June here at home versus the pure NZ Admirals. They'll be coming to town. So they've already played them in the opening round, so they've already seen each other so far. But yeah, they'll get a weekend off after playing 3 weekends on the road, and they'll be sitting up back here at home.
And that's when you and I'll be back here, is back when it's time for the Admirals and to get the Auckland series over with on that one. That's they'll only, I think they only have one more trip to the North Island to play Botany later in the season, and that'll be the only time they leave the island anymore. So that's a good one for the Red Devils as they start to turn their season around, hopefully, and vie for one of those playoff spots.
Yeah, indeed. So again, it's just been very competitive throughout the whole season so far, but again, they've just needed a few things to go their way. Again, a few good shots, good scoring chances here today, and again, maybe some bounces and stuff as well, and they earned it. They had to work hard, especially in that third period with the goals. They were down, they went up, it came back to a tied game. It was up, down, you needed composure, and
extremely entertaining weekend too. So that's been good.
Yeah, I hope that everyone's enjoyed watching along.
And along with that, we are going to leave it here as the Red Devils get the first win of the year at home against the Botany Swarm. Final score, 5-4. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks, everybody.